Welcome back to another segment of At Home Arts with Katlin and Rebekah.
If you've missed any of our previous segments, please be sure to check us out on social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, at The Star Center.
Today's segment is going to be all things sensory. So we're going to teach you how to make a few sensory things using household items. And so to meet all of the sensory needs of your children.
We're going to start with the tactile needs. Tactile usually touch. And we're going to start with sensory boxes. That can be as simple, right now we're going to use a little demonstration in the bowl, but it can be as simple as a Tupperware. We have rice in this bowl, we have beads in that bowl. It can be anything you fill. We've used any of the other products we've used this week, beans or popcorn kernels. Simple, and it can also be as simple as just running your hands through the box. It's very calming. I was doing it earlier and I chilled out a lot.
Or you can put small figurines in it and your kids have to find the figurines out of the sensory boxes. So.
Make it more interactive or more engaging in that way versus just purely fulfilling the sensory need. So, like I said, rice, beans, sand is another good option. This time of year you might have a bunch of potting soil. If you're looking to redo that, you could also use potting soil. My only, not pause, but just be careful of the hand to mouth if that is a concern for your child.
Absolutely. So another thing too is you can go into your kitchen and if you have Ziploc bags and just random different foods such as dry noodles, graham crackers or saltine crackers or cereal, just anything that has a different texture, and put that into a Ziploc bag, lay it on the counter, and then take a rolling pin out and have your child just roll across the different types of food, which has like a different feel, a different texture and stuff. And so that can kind of help them get some of that sensory need out too, through pushing and pressure, and also that tactile like feeling of different things crushing. So that's another thing that you can use, and it's all in your kitchen.
I definitely wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah.
So another sensory input type is visual. We tend to be very visually stimulated. That's probably why you're watching this video and not listening to it. Not just listening to it. But an easy option for visual stimulation and potentially sensory input is flashlights. And we have some at Star that are colored. You don't have to have that. But just sitting in a dark room and doing some basic flashlight play. You could do that to songs. You could do it to a story. You could cut, I'm trying to think of the word, but I can't, like a silhouette out and then shine your flashlight through it, and so then it's cast onto the ceiling. That's something very different but unique and fun, and that's all this is about.
Absolutely. And if you have a box of Jell-O that's just been sitting in your cabinet and you just don't know what to do with it, this is another thing that's kind of fun. You don't have to worry about your kids eating it because it'll be safe. And you just make the Jell-O like you would normally make Jell-O, and then put figurines or just different things inside the Jell-O. And once the Jell-O has become a solid, you take it out and your kids can like dig into the Jell-O, so that different kind of tactile feel, and get out the figurines. And like we said, the hand to mouth thing you wouldn't have to worry so much about because Jell-O is safe to eat, and it's just a fun thing to do.
So something that I saw on Facebook last week similar to that is freezing little things like that in ice cubes, and then when you dump them out, you can throw salt on top, and then it becomes like an excavation mission, and so you can dig it and the ice will break up in the salt. However, the chemistry, I'm not a chemist, but it works that way.
That's super cool. Yeah.
So it's not tactile per se, but some children may be looking for, some children, this is not limited, some adults maybe too, looking for this pressure input. And I see a lot of kids, sometimes they like pressure on their face, or they like it on their head, or arms, and any sort of progressive sequenced pressure would be good. But it can be as simple as a hug. You see that a lot, like when people are having meltdowns, just that hug. It doesn't have to be during a meltdown, but that just might be something that they're looking for. So we just thought we would mention that and bring that to your attention.
Absolutely. And so then we're going to show y'all how to make some tactile texture balloons. And so in a previous video, we did the DIY instruments
Cup drum.
and we used the balloons for cup drums. So the thing about these is, so you're going to want to blow it up first and let the air out so that the balloon will stretch itself. So I'm going to do that real quick.
Go, Caitlin, go. Go, Caitlin, go. Go.
The pressure. And so then you'll just let it out, and so it's kind of stretched a little bit. So we're going to do that one more time because we're going to make 3 different balloons.
Cool, cool. And I'm holding the one she already blew up. I'm just cheating, I guess. While she blows this one up, we did a little test run. We started this, but this one has some sand in it. And I'm going to hold it open because we can't find a funnel.
Yes, so if you're at home, use a funnel. We could not find ours here at Star Center. We know we have one.
So a little teamwork makes the dream work.
But you'll just fill the balloon.
Keep going. I can't feel it on the bottom of my fingers yet.
Fill the balloon with sand.
I feel like we need elevator music.
We
Waiting.
do.
Okay.
Oh!
Okay.
You need the music you made earlier on this app.
Yes! Oh yeah, the music we made. So, carefully, if you don't have a funnel, you will take your fingers out of the balloon.
Oopsies.
And then you'll just tie the balloon like you would if you had just blown it up.
That's got a nice weight to it. Sorry, I'm just trying to let the air out. Do I need to like force it close? Like how much air do we leave?
That's enough for, I mean, you can put as much in it as you want to, a lot or a little. We just did the minimum. If you have a funnel, you'll have a little bit more space that'll allow you to do it.
I left a little too much. Be careful about how much air you leave. You wouldn't want it to accidentally pop. I've got a little air in here, but it's very
Oh,
isn't
this is
that nice?
fun. So
Like a stress
just
ball.
different textures. And so the next one we're gonna do is, do you want to do salt next,
I don't know. Would you rather
or rice,
or
beets? It doesn't matter.
I don't care. I'm gonna have to spoon it. It's gonna take longer because I don't trust myself.
I don't trust you.
Thanks for that vote of confidence,
Sorry,
Caitlin.
maybe we should have done beets.
Only because I have
This
a
is
bad.
doing good though.
Only because I have a bad track record of dumping stuff all over this floor. I did with our DIY instruments.
Right.
How are you feeling about how much rice is going in here?
We're good. Keep going. It really needs to. I mean, I think that's good. Again, carefully.
So with a funnel too, obviously you can get more in there.
Oh, that's nice. I'm not even gonna tie that one.
Is that a good feel? It's
It's
totally different.
It's
but
so different than the sand.
even though it's
Oh
the
my
same on the
gosh.
outside. But
Oh, it's so cool. Anyway,
I like that one.
Don't judge a balloon by its cover.
Yes.
Exactly.
Don't judge a balloon
No judgment here.
by its cover. All right, so we'll make one more, and so we'll do.
So what else
Do you
could
want to
we?
do beans?
Sure, totally different. What else could we put in here? Other than we've got the salt, the sand. We can.
You can put Play-Doh, cornstarch.
Play-Doh is a good.
Yeah, Play-Doh, cornstarch, marbles instead of beads. You can do beans. I mean, really, just anything. Popcorn kernels. Like
whatever you have.
anything that you have
Sorry, Caitlin.
around your house.
Darn.
That was a surprise.
Surprise.
We have fun here at Star Center, so
What's a good cleanup song to pick up all the beads you just
it's called
Clean up.
It's called Clean Up. Everybody do your share.
Yep.
I wasn't really good. This one I don't like as much, but other, we all have the thing too is the reason why you make so many different ones is because everyone likes a different feel of texture too.
Right.
So like for us, that's not doing anything
I
for
don't
us,
like that.
but for someone else, it could.
But it also, like we're using it in our hands, but people might like it up their arms,
Right.
down their legs, anything like that. So, and what you like might not be what your kid likes or your sister likes or whatever.
Correct. So those are just fun things to make around the house. And so now, before we get up, we're going to talk a little bit about what we're about to do. And so we're about to go on a sensory walk. And Rebekah, where can they find these things?
So the sensory walk that you'll see today, we found online at Teachers Pay Teachers, and we will link it below, just like we do everything else. We'll actually link to the one that I'm gonna do myself, and then there will be a second one that I'm gonna show you. They are varying difficulty levels. There's, it's, I don't know what else to say, other than I guess you'll see it when we show it.
How much did it cost?
Oh, very good point. The ones that we have today are free on Teachers Pay Teachers. We're all about being good stewards of the money that we are given. So if you are interested in that, they'll be linked below. And then if you just search Sensory Walk, Teachers Pay Teachers is a phenomenal resource. You can find lots of things for free or very low cost. So just be sure to check that out.
And this is the thing, if you don't have a printer, you still can download it and see it and then draw it out yourself. And you'll get to see that as we go into the hallway and do this, go through the sensory walk. And then also show you, if you have an exercising ball at home, how you can use that with your kids who need sensory needs. All right, so here we go to our sensory walk.
Are we moving?
Oh, we're moving.
Moving live. Okay.
Moving live. All right, here we go. Okay, so first it says to jump to each rectangle, then your left foot, your right foot. Then we have to spin around 3 times. Woo. Then your left foot, your right foot, high five the wall. Oh, jumping again. Jump, jump, and then we're done.
Nice job.
Thanks.
So another sensory walk option is, this is a very simple one. We've just cut it in half and we've taken the pieces here. This I'm going to show you is a little more complicated, but you can use it however you want. So one of the pieces in here are little footsteps. So you could put them on the floor and make them, make them jumping sets. Or you could do tiptoe, put them really close together, or really long steps, however you want, or whatever your kid enjoys or needs. Another set, they have another set of prints here. So this is meant for like crawl on the ground, like a bear, or pick another animal. And then they have stepping stones, again, different kinds of steps. My favorite really are the hands. So you can do like we have here, and cut them out and just have one high five the hand. You could put 2 on the wall and do push-ups. You could separate them and make them like follow the hands on the wall. So many options, so much flexibility with that. This one has a frog, so you're supposed to take a big frog jump. Very cute. This one has a set of flames, so you're supposed to jump over the fire. And you can, make as many copies of each picture as you want. We'll print them out as many times. This here, these are all logs, but this one has 2 blank ones, and so you can balance on the log or, tiptoe down the log. Again, print as many as you want if you need a long pattern. And the last pieces are logs that have instructions on them, like these do: jump to the triangle, jump to the triangle. This one says knee lift 3 times, clap 3 times, spin around, and then touch the ground. So you can put them in any order you want, you like, your kids will like. And the last thing I'm going to talk about today is the exercise ball. I'm sitting on it. It's very simple. We all recognize them, whether or not we use them. So very simple. You can bounce on it, and I'm going to try not to fall over while I do this. It's been a while since I've balanced myself on a bouncy ball. But you can bounce. You can lay back on it, which I will not do because I know that I will fall. But lay back. The kids will love it much more than I love it, guaranteed. You can also the kids will probably also lay on it flat on their back, gives them that different type of input. They may roll, they may not, they may just like the pressure. So lots of different options. Caitlin is telling me to do something that I don't know.
You may have to assist as a parent. Like, it's totally okay if you are with your child and you assist them as they roll across. Something else we were talking about earlier too is like with the rolling pin, you can have your child lay on the ground and you can take the exercise ball and add a little pressure and roll across their body in some way. And so that's just different ways to use an exercise ball. to help get some of that sensory things in.
Sensory input.
Yeah. So that is today's segment on sensory input. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions again, just ask us and we'll try to answer them as best as possible. You can also check out our Pinterest page for more sensory at-home things to do. And I hope you'll have a wonderful day. Bye.